Alrighty folks, welcome back. This episode is going to be a little bit different than the previous two. It should be considerably shorter. I'm going to try to push that down. But first we're going to start up with our task list over here. I'm going to go over it, show you how to fill this up. And then after that, I'm going to cut into a time lapse of the build, and I'm going to do commentary over it, see if that style is a little bit better for people. Comment down below which one you prefer. I know some people like the long form and kind of informal camaraderie-like speech. Some people like highly edited, so I'll try to mix it up a little bit, but lean towards whatever people like best. So what we're going to do here is work on our biomass power plant. We already got a base building done, but if you haven't done that, that's the first thing you need to do because you will need foundations for this. So the next thing you need to do is gather materials for your actual build. One reason why I like to do the big exploration trip before this is to give my automation out here time to get all the supplies built up that we'll need. So in order to fill out your little list here, this isn't super important to do like this, but it just lets you see and lets you follow along. It also shows you for in future how you can plan for larger builds. So it's going to be an 11 by 4 with 2 floors. So on the bottom floor, we're going to have these guys. So you do your little plus here to get the numbers. So we need 55 4-meter foundations. So we're going to go plus, and that'll go over there. And then we're also going to need these 55 1-meter. That'll be the second floor. We'll need a handful of ramps, but just to get up and down. So let's say we need at least 5 of these built. It'll be 3 tall, so yeah, about 5 should work. That's not super important. The next thing we're going to need is the actual burners themselves. We will be making 15 biomass burners. To power these, we will need 8 power poles for sure. Now, one reason to do all these, even though some are not super important, is it lets you know if you've got all your materials on hand, so you don't have to run back and grab anything. And number 2, it'll complete these as you build the actual items. So after that, our logistics, we're actually going to need a single merge block, which will go over there, and we're going to need 7 conveyor splitters. We will need 1 lift exactly. We will need 4 storages. So 1 for leaves, 1 for wood, 1 for biomass, and 1 for solid fuel. And then we'll need some production, so we'll need some constructors. So we'll need 1 that processes leaves, 1 that processes wood. That'll give us our biomass, and then we'll need 1 more that processes the biomass into solid biofuel. Now, if you want to do it now, I'm going to not do it just to conserve resources. You can do 1 extra constructor for mycelia and another storage container for mycelia. So we have all those listed down on our little to-do list over here. So we need a little bit more concrete, we need a bunch more plates, and a handful more iron rods. So let's grab those. Grab another stack of this, and I'll just grab that to top up. Even stacks. We're pretty good. We got a full stack of wires. We're good there. We don't need any more. We got plenty of extra wire. The other one was cable. So then we need a bunch of these. Perfect. And then it goes down farther on the list, so you don't have to worry too much about it. We have a few extras after that. We need another stack of rods or so. And then we're good to go. So we're going to run over here, and we're going to get this thing built right next to this rock. See, I got a much higher jump. So I'm going to do a bit of cleanup here and then start building, and I'll get to you in a time-lapse discussion. So the first thing we're going to do is clear all of the debris out of the way from our build area. Chopping down the trees, picking up the leaves. If there's any little bushes with berries and stuff on them, you can use the chainsaw to get rid of them so they're out of the way and they're not underneath your stuff. The one thing you don't have to worry about too much at this stage, depending on where you build, even late stage in the game, is all those rocks. They're going to be covered by foundations. You don't need to bother blowing them up, but sometimes if you're building your foundations low enough, you will need to explode them. So, but we'll be building high enough, won't be a problem here. So putting down these foundations here, I was playing with the height to see exactly where I want. If you noticed, I would lock in the world grid. That's holding control while you're placing a foundation. That's kind of overblown on how much you need it, but I like to do it just because it gives me guidelines on where to start everything. And then if I start another area right nearby, it'll line up easily with it, which I will be doing here a lot. So. And if you notice with the floors, it's really nice if you build 11 wide because zooping goes out to a max of 10 tiles. So if you build a 1 tile, you can just zoop 10, nice and easy, and blast away, and it's there. So with the lift, the Awesome Sink will unlock wall holes and floor holes. You don't need them, as you can see right now. You can just clip right through the floor. I'm kind of guessing at how high it needed to be, but it's like as soon as you can't see the cutout through the floor anymore, it's right at the ground level on the floor above you. So, and this is where I messed up and didn't put the walls in, so I had to run back and grab a little more steel plates. Now this is the expansion I added on after the fact in my head, because you could just do the biomass directly into the thing, but then you won't have access to biomass for other projects. You'll need it for cloth later on, so sometimes it might be nice to have it stockpiled. Not to mention it gives you a larger quote-unquote battery, where you have some stockpiled, you don't have to wait for the assemblers to catch back up. It's not super relevant, but I like to throw it in there. The other thing you'll see frequently is those little lines. They showed up in the first video, but they help you align to an opening or a machine. If you hold control, it forces a snap to like align with the machine next to it. You'll see it when I lay down all the burners. You can very quickly lay down burner after burner after burner because it'll snap right where it needs to be. The power poles here and later they're technically temporary. With the Awesome Sink, you'll also gain access to wall and ceiling outlets. There'll be a single and a double. The double will allow you to put power directly through a wall, or a floor, I think, as long as they're 1 meter. I could be wrong on that one, though. I probably am. But for now, we're going to use the straight poles to connect the top and the bottom sections. It's not pretty at the moment, but it'll be what it is. And you can see these have the little dotted lines, which show you the ports are lined up. Nice and easy. And then with this, you can go nice and quick. Everything snaps on pretty good once you get some practice out of it. There are multiple ways to hook up the power here. I just settled on this because it's kind of symmetrical and I like symmetry and repeating patterns. That makes sense. You connect at the end here, and then there's actually room at the end that I usually put my battery banks on, my power storage for later. I was kind of pointing right there towards where I was going to put them. I'll put those up later. Basically that, the build is pretty much done here. I'm going to go through and give you a little look through. You can see where things are, how everything connects up. And then we're going to pop through here. Leave those old powers up because it'll let you prime this power reactor faster. Since biomass is only burned as you need it, if your old one's still burning, the new ones will fill up faster because they're not burning the stuff they get as quickly. Because it will split evenly all 3 ways, so the first 2 are going to get 2/3 of all of your biofuel. I'll be pointing right here, so 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So to each side you get 1/3, and then only 1/3 goes down the line until everything's primed up. So then after that, you would look at expanding these. We'll grab those in the next video, and then that'll give us a lot more options. Right here, you're going to need a little bit more speed to get full throughput on the biomass. Technically, right now, this only works at half speed, but it's good enough for now. So But that'll work for now, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you very much.